Wow, look at that sky.
Salut à tous, ici Dom pour Culture FPV et je suis avec Paul Nurk. Il a eu la gentillesse, donc il est de passage, il a eu la gentillesse d'accepter cette interview et on va en profiter pour poser quelques questions tant que les drones ne coupent pas le son. So thank you very much, Paul, for agreeing for this interview.
You're very welcome.
You are here in Europe. I know you traveled some places. You went to Switzerland and you met Gab 707 over there. And how do you like Europe so far?
I love Europe. This is probably I think this is the second time I've been for drone racing, and then third time overall. And every time I love everything. Like we were just hiking down from some castles there, and you know, in the United States there's no history. Like we only have 200 years of history, and so having 2,000 years of history to look at and appreciate, and it's awesome. It's definitely an experience.
How many times have you been to Europe already?
I believe this is my third time to Europe.
Third time.
Yeah.
I think you went to was it Scotland? Was there an event over there?
I have been to Scotland. Yeah. It was not for drone racing, but I did go to.
We are flying all over the place.
I went to London for DRL Finals 2017.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then we traveled around the UK flying.
The power loop, where there was the power loop race, right?
That was that was where the power loop was. Yeah, yep. Okay. Champions Loop they called it. Yeah.
Champions Loop.
Because they got to have a cool name for everything.
Yeah, it is cool. It looks cool.
It was.
So you've been very popular after your train video, and if you don't mind, we can go into some of the details of how it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think many people will have some questions about this video because it had millions of views, right?
Yeah. I think on YouTube it's closing in on 2 million, but then across different Facebook places where it got like re-uploaded and stuff, it was over 15 million, 20 million.
So the video was seen probably by many non-pilots and probably helped spread the hobby. How do you feel about the fact that many people saw this kind of video?
It's I'm very proud of that fact, right? It's we kind of everybody in FPV is so passionate about it. Everybody gets so excited when you hear a quad. Like you and I don't speak the same language as much, but we can still go out and fly and totally get that, right? And so drone pilots like almost evangelize it, like they like preach it, like you've got to fly. And so seeing that many people exposed to that video and ask the question like, what is this, how do I do it, and getting into it like that, that I think of all of the things that I've ever done, like I'm most proud of bringing people in and letting them learn how to fly.
Okay. And how did it happen? Was it planned? Did you have plans, or did you just went to fly like any other day and the train came by and you just tried to follow it?
Well, so we were in Reno, Nevada, in the United States for Multi-GP Nationals 2017. Okay. And after finals were done, we had all been just exhausted. Racing is tiring. Like you just are tired by the end of the day. And we're just like, let's just go fly. And so we got in the cars and drove out into the mountains, and we found this spot that had this beautiful river and this old rail bridge, and in the background there were some cliffs and mountains. And so my goal was to just fly over the river, through the bridge, and up the mountains. And I was just kind of dancing around up there when my friend like tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, turn around, there's a train coming by." And I'm like, and so so it's totally unplanned.
It was your first time following a train, chasing a train.
Yeah, exactly. I just turned around and it was there, and and I think that was part of the beauty of it, right? It was like, it was just unplanned, it was impromptu, it was like I wanted to use like like a jazz song with it because it's like, you know, that's what it is. It's just improv. It's music,
cool,
you know.
Cool and improvisation.
So like my goal with that video was to just, you know, showcase this beautiful spot, you know, at a beautiful time of day, you know, after we're all tired. Like it's just, you know, it's like having that beer at the end of a long day. Like it's just like, this is perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, it was not that relaxing.
It was not relaxing, no, but that was the goal.
Okay, so you went from supposed to be relaxing to something epic, and you went from trick to trick, from epicness to epicness. And how, I mean, did you feel like, okay, this goes through, I need to go harder? How, or just the things went without thinking, just by themselves?
So when I did the flight, like I kind of blacked out. I was stopped thinking. I don't remember a lot of it. Like for example, like a lot of when I flew inside of the train car, a lot of people have asked me like, you know, what did you have to like correct for it? Like, you know, what happens? Like, why didn't you fly into the wall?
That's our first question I will ask. So how did you correct that?
But I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Like I just went in and I went out, and like everything is just I don't remember it. So I feel bad because I can't answer the question because I don't know. Like it just happened.
Yeah, it's like your brain was inside the quad and you just flew.
Which is the perfect. That's the perfect way to fly. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about losing the quad while doing it? Or no, it just went and did all the tricks.
You know, like I had DVR, so like if I crash, you know, I have this funny story of a train leaving with my quad. Like it's just that somebody gets a quad.
Yeah, you still have a story.
You know, or I get the quad back and it's awesome. So like either way, I thought it could go well. So
you're well known for this video, but you also put a lot of videos with some kind of trying to be creative and innovative. You used like this 360 degrees camera. I saw you were building a special like cinematic quad for chasing quad, and this is what you are up to, is trying to be creative in the FPV field.
I think that there's so much power in manual control drones, right? Like they, you know, you can fly through windows or under trains or, you know, whatever, and you can do stuff that nothing else in the world can do. Like literally nothing else. So I want, you know, I want to explore that as a medium, right? Like it's like what happens if you take this and create something that a director could use or something like that. And so I'm continually kind of tinkering with different things, you know, because I love to race, I love to freestyle, but I also love to play and figure things out. And so I'm always trying something new. And
would you like to have a career in like cinematography, kind of a job, in doing I know you made a company, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot the name. It's about camera movements.
Yes.
And you made a video about it, saying all about your company. And is this growing well? Do you have a good...
Yeah, so I created a company called Synactive Media. It's like cinema, active, action, like kind of that kind of connection of things. And you know, the long-term goal is to like create a company that is very focused, like you said, on camera movement. It's, you know, if you're using a gimbal or like a drone or a buggy or a plane or whatever it takes, I want to be the guy that they call to come in and make something creative to get the shot that they need and to make something really powerful and engaging. I can't just start doing that because nobody knows who I am. Like, I mean, in the film industry, nobody knows. You're like, there's a drone, cool, like that's great. So I'm trying to start a company to learn the other side, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that you can learn with a camera, you know, all that stuff. And so I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to learn that side, and then continue building up my drone skills. So I'm going to be a drone guy learning cameras instead of a camera guy learning drones.
You don't have a camera background?
No, not at all.
What kind of background do you have?
I have my undergrad. My degree is in software engineering.
Okay.
I worked as a programmer for 6 years and then said, this isn't very fun. And started doing this. So yeah.
You're getting into the hobby and then trying to live from the hobby.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And how did you come to like mini quad FPV flying? Do you have an RC background?
I have no RC background.
No RC.
Yeah. So I think probably the first thing that I saw was like a Sharpoo video, but it never really stuck with me until I saw the video of Juz flying around the woods in France. Okay. So it's actually pretty awesome to be here in France and kind of, I'm not in that spot, but like that was the, I saw that video and I have to do that now. Like there's no way I can continue living without doing it. And so
most of us, you got like hooked to it,
exactly.
Addicted to it. Yeah. And then you went quite far because you started not so long ago, right?
It would have been about 3 years ago now. Yeah,
that's not very much.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's been an awesome ride. I can't be more grateful. So.
And you race as much as you freestyle. What's your favorite?
I think I'm better at racing than freestyling. I've just gotten kind of lucky with some freestyle, if that makes sense. But I love aspects of both. But I think I definitely lean more towards the racing side because it's more, it's clear, right? You'll win or you'll lose. And I like that binary nature. Okay. Freestyle is very satisfying. It's more personal. It's self-expression. Racing is like I wake up, eat, live, and breathe it. So.
All right. Yeah. All right. I may have some other questions. How often do you fly now? Do you fly every day? Every other day? Or?
I pretty much fly every day. Yeah. Some days it's raining or stuff. Like in where I live in Indiana, it could rain every other day. But as much as I can, I'm out.
So you go and do a track and race 50 packs or something like that?
Yep. Yeah, and I'm lucky to have a lot of really fast pilots near me, like Jaws FPV from DRL and Hyphy from the FPV show, and my buddy Patrick and Seth, and all of them are just awesome pilots, and so I get to push myself against them too.
And this keeps your motivations to fly every day, right? Or is it something else?
I think I'm driven to win on my own, but the best practice happens when you're with other people. Yeah.
My last question will be: how do you see your future and the future of the hobby? Is there? Do you think I interviewed Johnny a month ago, and he's leaning toward more cinematic style, trying to get in the production business. That's one thing you're doing also with your company. Is there other things that you think are going to come up with this hobby?
That's a great question. So for me personally, like I'm trying to figure out what that looks like for me, right? Like I love racing, I love freestyling, I love making videos, I love I like making cinematic kind of videos. I like trying to achieve someone else's shot. So like for me right now, like I'm kind of in this point of like almost diversification where it's like I'm going to put effort into racing, I'm going to put effort into cinema, I'm putting effort into YouTube and teaching and stuff like that. And so for me right now, it's trying to find a balance. What the long term looks like, I don't know. I mean, that's something I wake up and wonder that every single day, and I'm trying to figure that out.
And because the pace of the evolution of this hobby is so fast, I mean, it's very difficult to say in 1 year what will happen, and even in 6 months, as the technology is evolving, and the styles, the pilots, a lot of pilots are coming up. So I understand what you're saying. So we can find you on your YouTube channel.
If you go to,
which you change. I subscribed when you were still Ball Buffett.
Yeah.
So you changed it to
Nurk. Yeah.
Okay, Nurk on YouTube. Yeah. Any other media you want to share?
Yeah. So we have Nurk.tv. If you go to that URL, it'll forward onto my YouTube channel. And then on really Instagram and Facebook, I'd have I'll post supplementary things. Like I post a lot of little. Most of my 360 camera stuff, like right now, like the stuff that I'm experimenting with, goes to Instagram. So if you want to see like the bleeding edge or more refined, that's so for sure. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for taking the time. Voilà, voici l'interview de Paul. On le remercie beaucoup. N'hésitez pas à vous abonner à sa chaîne, aller sur sa chaîne YouTube, et je vous dis à bientôt pour peut-être une prochaine interview.